You're listening to the Betoota Advocate's weekly news wrap on Desert Rock FM 96.5. Welcome back to the Betoota Advocate's weekly news bulletin, where we bring you the biggest stories of the week compacted into a digestible news bulletin. My name's Clancy Overell, editor of the Betoota Advocate. I'm joined by Errol Parker, editor at large. Hello, Errol.
Hello, Clancy. Yes, that's a very good way of putting what this bulletin is. I think it's a cosmic anchor for a lot of people's weeks, especially around town. Not sure about in the wider scheme of things, or not sure how many people around the country actually listen to this, but it's certainly one of our most favoured things of doing each week, isn't it?
Can at times not be too compact either, I'd say. Sometimes it can
Sometimes we riff.
be quite loose.
And, we'll try and keep it short and sharp this week because our young Wendell is off on his first overseas holiday to Bora Bora.
Bali. 4 weeks in Bali.
Jesus Christ.
4 weeks in Bali.
But not doing like Cooter and stuff. Like, we're going up into the hills a bit, and like we got like a bit of a different place, which is like not as touristy and stuff. Like, we'll go in, but we're kind of a bit.
But
away.
you're landing and your hotel's in Cooter.
Yeah, but like we'll spend a fair bit of time like away and all that. So it's exciting. 8 of us.
Is that the only place that you're going to is Bali?
Yeah, we're doing a month in Bali. Like,
you're not even going to pop over to Lombok and get some methanol poisoning or something?
I think we'll do Lombok, and like you can there's a place out there that's good, like a bit of fun and stuff.
Yeah.
But we're certainly not doing Java or Borneo, if that's what you're talking
Tell you
about.
what, do not be afraid to lay the boot into those monkeys. I mean, there's bloody hundreds of them, and they will bite you.
Yeah, I've heard they like go and they steal your stuff. So yeah, it should be a bit of fun. But that's wise words. I'll be checking to see what
What type of monkeys are they? Are they possum sized?
No. They're like border collie size they can get to, I think. And they're like running around.
So that's why
they're very aggressive. Which I mean.
So that's why Clancy, a swift boot from
Steel caps. You pack your steel caps.
No, a swift boot from one of Wendell's size 8 fucking ASIC KO gel Reebok things.
And look, obviously aggressive monkeys, but after I've had a couple of Iraqs and Red Bulls, I think I'll be all right.
Well, it sounds like you might get arrested, and I don't know what it's like over there when you get arrested. Do they have a Bali Hilton?
The monkeys are not protected. It's not like here where if you go to the park and you boot a goose or a duck or something and the RSPCA come and then they call the cops and then you have a blue with the cops and then all of a sudden you're in the watch house.
There's a siege in the park.
Anyway, I'm out of Ramianko Airport very shortly, so...
Well, mate, enjoy yourself, and as we said, be careful when they do make you a big cocktail down there on the beach. Make sure you hear the liquor bottle crack as they open it, because if it doesn't crack, it means it's been decanted.
Yeah.
Right.
It means it's most likely...
If you start to literally lose your vision and your sense of taste, that's methanol poisoning. You should be reaching for your telephone and asking for a medevac to Darwin. So I hope you've got...
I'll do that. Your son-in-law, you need to send me the tattoo artist recommendation from your son-in-law.
You don't have health insurance, do you? You don't have travel insurance?
No.
Okay. All right, well...
What did I do that for?
Keep eyes on this space, listeners.
You might have a job opening soon.
Yeah, banged up abroad, I reckon. First up this week on the Betoota Advocate Weekly Bulletin.
A groundbreaking report which says there will be no further debate. Shane Warne is going to grace our $5 note.
Yes, it was initially thought that an image of King Charles III would replace Queen Elizabeth II on Australia's $5 banknotes following the death of Her Majesty. But that is no longer the case.
No, because Treasurer Jimothy Chalmers has spoken and revealed that the real King of Spin will be gracing our $5 note from now on. And he said to the Advocate, and I quote here, "Yeah, this is it. The debate is over."
A lot of fans of that. Surprisingly, one who wasn't was by the name of Scott Marsh. I think he might also like a bit of graffiti. He said, "I was actually going for Matt Shervington's Moose Knuckle. But I guess if Shane Warne has to be it, that'll be okay."
Well, maybe if Matt Shervington was the best at something, then he could be on it, but he's not.
He's the best.
Moose Knuckler?
He's the best in Lycra, they reckon. The women, anyway. Matt Shervington has a hog on him that looks like the arm of an infant.
Baby's arm holding an apple.
Yeah.
Yes, as they said in Austin Powers all those years ago. Very original. What else is making you...
Shagadelic, baby.
More royal news, and a Sky News mum has revealed that she is quietly seething at how goddamn photogenic Meghan Markle is.
Look, Wendell, it has been a tough week for that empty nester, Deb Harris. Obviously, as a staunch monarchist, the conservative sexagenarian has been mourning the passing of Her Majesty, but things have been tougher considering she's had to deal with one of the most inflammatory celebrities on the planet, Meghan Markle.
Yes, Markle has been breathing this week, which is bad enough for the likes of Sky News and the Daily Mail, who hound her every move. It's something that has Deb wound right up. What's made matters even worse is not only is this awful woman tearing the royal family apart, but she's looking so goddamn photogenic while doing it.
Yeah, as Deb quietly admitted to us in an interview, it's so frustrating that even when Meghan is fake crying, she still looks so good. She says it seems like it's impossible for them to take a bad photo of her, and you know that they are trying. The paparazzi, they would be trying their hardest to get a bad photo. Another mum-related story now, and a new mum who carried a baby for 9 months has settled on the name Fergus.
Yes, the word is officially out amongst millennials, and having kids is officially cool post-pandemic, provided you give them a daggy, old-world kind of name. Which is why Betoota Heights mum, Bernadette Silk, has decided to name her child Fergus.
After months of morning sickness, being seemingly permanently uncomfortable, weird cravings and many other things, Bernadette says she's decided to punish her child by calling him Fergus, which will affectionately become Gus over the next couple of years, I'm sure. He looks just like a Fergus, the young mum told us, so there was no other option. What, so he's got a hair lip and tiny ears?
He's got to be a red nut with a Fergus, a name like Fergus. Ferg, I would be calling him. Gus is a cop out. If you're going to call him Fergus, you got to go the full whack.
Ferg. Yeah, Angus is more Gus, isn't it? We'll wrap it up with some sports news now, and a review of Hawthorn has found that the AFL club was run by a bunch of racist Melbourne cunts.
Yes, findings from a damning review into the Hawthorn Football Club was released this week, leading people around the country to ask, what the fuck is wrong with you creeps? According to the families of 3 players interviewed, some horrendous incidents at the centre of the review allegedly took place during a period in which the club won 4 AFL premierships, 3 of them back-to-back, a winning streak that was glorious enough to hide all of their torturous treatment of vulnerable young athletes and their loved ones.
Unsurprisingly, heads have yet to properly roll at the club made famous by their mouth-breathing fans, or other clubs where coaches involved have been moved on to, with the PR machine that is the AFL seemingly hoping that the AFL Grand Final will just sweep this calculated full-blown racism and eugenics right under the rug.
Does not surprise me. It is a cult down there in the Melbourne Boys Club of AFL. You know what I think what these clubs need to really sort things out, they have a draft program because there's not enough money across the board in all these clubs, so they have a draft. And that makes these selectors and coaches rather risk-averse, and in the true form of discrimination and bigotry, being risk-averse means only selecting white boys that remind them of their own sons. So anyone who doesn't fit that template tends to get treated differently, and different rules are applied to them. What I think the AFL needs are sprawling leagues clubs full of poker machines.
Yeah, what about just banning anyone who went to, say, Scotch College, Trinity Grammar, or Geelong Grammar from
40%,
coaching?
that's 40% of the
Yeah,
draft.
but anyone who's been to those schools is not allowed to coach or be involved in organisation of the club.
I reckon we should go one step further and just, everything lower than the Tweed should just be pushed off into the Tasman Ocean, and the rest of us can go back to normal. Put in the great man Peter Dutton, put him back in the top job, and hopefully we can get some actual progress, some cheaper energy bills, and some Land Cruisers for everyone.
Sounds like utopia.
That sounds like a utopia. We wouldn't have to worry about this kind of
No.
unbridled, heinous
Tell you what,
heinous
those
behaviour.
people
just
down
fucked in
there
the head.
in Melbourne can go and eat their poached eggs in their Teslas. They're bloody foreign to us.
Yeah.
Fuck 'em.
Fuck them all. Thank you for tuning in this week. This is the Betoota Advocate Weekly Bulletin. Enjoy your trip to Bali.
Kalispera.